there's a little better rhythm to it, but there's better rhythm to the offense when the ball doesn't stop. And I think he's really feeling more and more comfortable, playing this style where, you're open, you let it go, and no ball stopping, not a ton of dribbling. And he's just been great. He's had a huge impact defensively. We're putting him on, the toughest offensive player night after night, and just having an incredibly efficient offensive season as well. He's been fantastic.
Would you say Wiggins has simplified anything? Has he simplified anything? What are the circumstances that you feel like get Wiggins?
Yeah, well, I do think just catching and shooting is kind of simplifying the game rather than catching and, sizing the defender up and putting it on the floor and then rising up and shooting. And I think there was more of that early in his career. And so I think the way he's playing is more efficient and more simplified.
He's a guy that when you brought him in, you just talked about how much he's going to help be a floor spacer. And
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Kendra.
Okay, I'll just talk louder.
Okay.
Belly is a guy that when he came here, you said that he was going to really help be a floor spreader. And I don't know, I've observed that over the past couple of games, it seems like he's been a little bit more timid shooting the ball. Tonight, that wasn't the case. I mean, have you also observed that he's been a little bit more timid with his perimeter shot? And have you had any conversations about wanting to see him, just kind of let the ball fly a little bit more?
Well, Belly's such a good playmaker that, he often will catch it on the perimeter and pump fake and get the ball in the paint and make a nice pass, make a play. And I like that about him. But there's no question we want him shooting anytime he's open. He's a great shooter. And shooting from that, that 5 position is really important because it does open up the floor. But he made a couple threes tonight and spread the floor. He had a couple nice passes, and I think he's played well for us. I think he'll play better as he goes, as he gets more and more comfortable with us.
Talk about Andrew feeling more comfortable. How does that sort of reflected in his demeanor? I mean, he seems like one of the more stoic guys, and you saw the smile a little bit more tonight. Obviously, he's making a bunch of threes, but how is he sort of meshing in? And I mean, the season obviously started on a strange note with the vaccination stuff, and now it seems like he's really finding his spot here, I guess.
I don't think it's possible to not like Andrew Wiggins. He's such a nice human being. I mean, he's just a really pleasant person to be around. His teammates love him. He's so coachable. Whatever you ask of him, he just nods his head and he does it. And I think he's really enjoying himself here. I think he's found a nice niche with this group of guys, and they appreciate everything that he does for us. And I don't know. I think it's just been a good fit, and he's playing at a really high level.
It was nice to get a glimpse of Kuminga's athleticism and just what he might be able to give you in some significant minutes, I guess. He's
got that sort of shocking athleticism that is rare even in the NBA, where there's so many great athletes. JK stands out. There's just a suddenness to his burst, whether it's catching and going or he had that tip dunk where his head was next to the rim. I thought his minutes were really good, and loved the way he played and prepared for the game. And he's coming along. This is going to be a process for him. He's so young, as it is for most young guys. There's so much to learn. It's not possible for anybody to come in at 19 and really understand everything that needs to happen to win an NBA game. So this whole year is really, for him, is just figuring all that stuff out, and we're trying to help him with it, but he's doing a great job.
How lucky are these young kids to be around some of the players you have?
Yeah, they have great mentors, Andre Iguodala, Draymond, Steph, Clay. They're all really good mentors, and they've sort of taken JK under their wings and tried to help him along. And that's what it takes, because there's just like I said, there's so much for these guys to learn. And we have a very unique situation. It's very rare that the 7th pick in the draft goes to the team with the best record in the NBA. Most of the guys drafted in his range are all playing, but they're playing for teams that aren't winning. And so, the flip side of him not playing as much as his colleagues, who were drafted near him, is he's learning in a winning environment, and there's a lot of pluses in that regard.
How conscious are you of the Steph record counter, as it ticks down?
Raymond gives me the update every day, so I'm fully aware he's 15 away, and I'm guessing he's going to shoot a lot against Portland on Wednesday.
Do you think it's obtainable against Portland?
Absolutely.
It'd be 2 records in 1.
He's Steph Curry, so anything's possible. He's made half-court shots in back-to-back games. So,
Steve, have you noticed any change in him as this record approaches?
no,
Steph? Yeah, same guy.
yeah, same guy. He's I've said it a million times, but he's got the greatest sort of combination of humility and arrogance that I've ever seen. It's a beautiful, perfect combination for a star athlete. The arrogance knowing he's the best player on the floor, and the humility that makes everybody want to be around him and be on his team. It's a wonderful combination.
I think it's apparent that he would like to do this at home. None, you have a 5-game road trip coming up.
Do what at home?
Steph, the record.
Oh, the record.
Yeah. Do you sense that he's been trying to get that taken care of before you guys take off on the road, or is that something you've seen?
No, I haven't sensed that. I mean, I haven't paid close attention to it, other than Raymond keeping me updated. But I don't know. I think the beauty of Steph is he just plays. He goes out there and he loves to play, and he's going to do his thing, and he's going to put on a show for people, and he's going to help us win a lot of games. And then, whatever happens, and he seems to take it all in stride.
Do you ever sneak out and watch him warm up? I don't ever see you out there, but it's pretty special.
Yeah.
Today, when you guys warmed up on this end, he took his full court shot from the opposite tunnel, and it almost went in. It's a delightful thing to watch.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how he's captivated the world?
Yeah, I mean, back in Oracle, there was always a spectacle where people would come early, and a lot of people who are guests of mine who are coming to the games, maybe from out of town. The first question is, well, how early can I go, and can I see Steph warm up? And I don't know of anybody else who has ever drawn that type of attention for pregame warmups. So yeah, he's special.
Steve, one more on the record, since it's approaching. You're a pretty good shooter yourself. I was wondering, could you speak a little bit about Stefan's ability to make threes, not just as a catch and shoot guy, but off the dribble, and how that's sort of become not only a signature weapon, but arguably the signature weapon that's propelled him to this record, and compare that and contrast that to your era of shooting, or even Ray Allen's era of shooting.
Right.
How special that is.
Yeah, that's what makes Steph who he is, the combination of the ability to shoot threes on or off the ball, off the dribble or catch and shoot. I don't think there's ever been anybody like him. Ray Allen is maybe the closest. Damian Lillard is similar ability to play off pick and roll or catch and shoot. But Steph is so unique in that regard, and it makes him a threat anywhere on the floor at any time, with the ball, without the ball, doesn't matter. And so it's pretty unique. His dad was an amazing shooter, and Dell and I played against each other many times, and you couldn't leave Dell anywhere. And obviously Steph and Seth learned quite a bit from their dad. But Dell couldn't come off pick and roll and dribble like Steph could. So it's very unique, but I'm sure his background growing up in a basketball family, and then that type of athleticism and speed and work ethic, it's all combined to make this amazing player.